I see a video just now. Um, Little Dots and obviously Total Crimes. The guy that he always speaks on. He sits on trials and gives us updates and people getting sentenced and whatnot. But I actually see a mad touching video. Can't lie. I have to kind of make this just Little Dots and what he's been through and what his mum's been through, bro. Like what his mum's been through. She's had 4 children and 3 of them's sadly passed away, and they've all passed away in different, you know what I mean, different scenarios. And obviously now her 4th child, he's been sentenced to the 17 years and whatnot. And kind of just want to like send some love over to Little Dots' mum. Like, yeah, I'm on YouTube and I touch up on these things and whatnot. And fun and jokes aside, bro, the reality is see the road life and the street life, and when you've gone through things and people passing and people getting unalived and etc. People obviously want revenge, but we never really look at what what the families are going through. What mum, like, imagine like giving birth to 4 children and 3 of them not being here no more. That's deep, you know. Like, it's really deep. You get me? I'm gonna play it just so you lot can see now.
An interesting sort of bit of mitigation from his lawyer, and including a letter read out from his mother, who went into his family background. It's pretty sad, actually. I mean, he's had a pretty tough life. He was one of 4 children. I think a sister died from sort of health issues first. Then his eldest brother Giorgio, who was known as Dotz, he died in a road accident. And then his another brother, Danesh Tyson, was murdered, I believe, by CGM, or certainly by another gang, in July 2022. So Javon Tyson's mother has only got 1 surviving child out of.
No, that is crazy. Like, if we even look at parents and what they have to go through and going to prison and murders, and bro, it's deep, man. Like, it's deep. Like, I actually feel it for Little Dots. Like, and I was sending a message to him, like, bro, keep your head down, get your DCAT, get me navigate through the system, don't get caught up, don't fall for the bait. And just a message to his mum, like, he can definitely turn it around. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had done 10 years, I turned my life around. He can do what he needs to do, whether it's the 2/3 or, do you know what I mean? And he can turn his life around, man. He can do things. And he comes out, God willing, he leaves the area. Because for me, I had to leave my area completely to turn it around. I couldn't get released and go back to the area. And it's the same thing. I see a lot of like the younger generation that went jail for years for M's, and they get released and they're back in the area and they're back on the strip. And I think that is something that it's like, yeah, man, we need to step away from that. But I think when he's gonna be inside, he's gonna grow in terms of like, he's gonna learn skills, he's gonna come out, he's gonna want to do many things. There's people, it always, you see situations like this, it's like we go to prison to, then it calms us down and think, okay, cool, we can jump into this thing. So he's gonna be a success story. We need to speak that to existence, because, get me, that's a mad heartache. And all jokes aside, yeah, we're on the internet, we're talking on this person getting this, that, but this is kind of deep, man. You get me? So just a message to Little Dots' family, you get me, keep on going. And you get me, obviously he's been through it, innit? So it's like, this is what do you kind of expect, not with his family, but when you've gone through that much trauma, this is what the version you're gonna get from him, innit?
out of 4, and she was, you know, I think she was sort of saying how, you know, he's carrying all this trauma, and it may explain why he's apparently quite a violent individual and a very key player in HRB. You know, he's got a lot of rage inside him. It was quite an interesting sort of bit of mitigation from his lawyer, and including a letter read out by from his.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't know the backstories of when things happen. This is why it's so important to do therapy. So important. Like, a lot of black people, and I will kind of mention black people because see us, we think if we do therapy that we're weak, or if we show our weakness and open up or show our vulnerabilities, we're weak. You get me? And I feel like we have to sit down and speak to someone. Like, he must have a lot of traumas. Imagine that, a lot of traumas. Like, his brothers are not here no more. His older brother, his middle brother, get me, passed away a couple years ago. Do you know what I mean? And then what makes it worse is we have these the other drill people or whatnot. They will rap or go on the internet and say crazy stuff. You get me? And to be honest, I did play a video couple uploads ago, and it's not, to be honest, it's insensitive. Like, how it's like me playing that, get me, and a man's talking with no eye, and he's mentioning flipping little Dotz' brother and that. Like, my man's family's mum's seen that, and it just brings back trauma. So I just want to apologize on that, because I didn't even think, you know, like, I'm watching the videos and saying, look, this is what's going on, and boom, boom, boom. But when you really actually check it, people actually passing away, and then man speaking on it, but the family's there just watching the videos, or this is happening, or everything's everywhere, and it's like, bro, mothers go through it, bro. They go through it, bro. Get me? When I spent all them years, my mum went for it. She had to go travel up and down the flipping around the country to visit me. You get me? Not many people was there, and it's gonna be the same thing. Like, yeah, the man them will come up, but the man them really lives their lives, and you start realizing who's actually there for you. It's like that circle that you had with 100 gang members, and it then goes down to 5 people, and then it's like you realize the girl cousins, or the man them that actually has always been legit, that's been involved in the road stuff, but they've always had a job or whatnot. You get me? That are there traveling, using their hard-earned money, paying for petrol to come and visit you to keep you sane. And it's like, imagine that. I remember when I got sentenced to 10 years and then a year 11 years. And I remember when it was like 2013, and man's getting told like, yeah, you're going to be out in 2018. And it's like, you sitting down and you're like, I'm not going to be out next year, and getting through that. And that breaks a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? That breaks a lot of people, then going through it and then going on the wing, and then being on the wing for a number of years. Obviously, I presume these lot are going to be B-catted, so they're going to probably go to Swellside, Loudon Grange, do you know what I mean? Dovegate. These are like, to get me, these like, Swellside is peak. There's a lot of stuff that happen in Swellside, and there's serious people, but a lot of lifers and high-profile people go there, and it's like, then they have to go through the measures of being B-catted and C-catted and etc. You get me? If you start acting up, then you go to dispersal and go to A-cat prisons, and that's when the A-cat prisons they're more calm, but more serious things happen. So imagine his mum now worrying about his son, saying, yo, my man's away in there, is he okay? You get me? She don't know him to be on the roads like that. None of our mums know us to be on the roads like that. So it's kind of, it's mad heartbreaking, and it's sad. And like, to be honest, when I make these videos, I need to be more like, understand more sides. Because me watching this video, it made me just realize. So it's like, apologies to the mum and the family, you get me? Because it's just like, it's deep, man. I didn't know that the sister passed, and I got something wrong before I said that the 2 brothers was murdered, when one obviously lost his life in a car crash, and another one of the HRB boys lost his life in a car crash a couple years ago as well. I forgot his name, but he lost his life maybe 5 years ago in a car crash. It's sad, man. it's sad. It's sad. Like all jokes aside, like, and this is why I always kind of promote like the youth to like look at these cases, look at these things, and like come off the roads. Like literally, like it's not worth it. You get me? And I want you to understand, like, there's 3%. There's 3% of black people in the UK. I want you to understand, like, you know, some things online and post-Cold Wars, like, bro, it's not as big as you think it is. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes being embarrassed online or, bro, just come off the roads. People will laugh at you, but do you know who the winning people are? Who's actually winning? It's the legit people. If we look at the gamers, bro, you look at the Danny Aarons, or you look at the Sam Hams, or you look at the Tyrone 1MCs, you look at the Muller Juices. Muller Juices come from a rough background, but he's making that transition. And if you look at the gamers and the content that they're making, and it's positive, it's clean. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's clean. Now, if you look at the maybe the drillers or the rappers, or do you know what I mean? People talking about the old school stories or whatnot. It's like the content and the stuff that they're making, it's a lot of it's negative, you get me? So when you look at the transitions of like Fecky doing his he's doing the farm stuff, you have to give man their flowers, you get me? When you look at multiple other artists doing positive stuff, you look at, do you know what I mean? If you look at people graduating from Oxford University, get me, like Killer Kai and all these people, you have to give people their flowers, because it's very hard to kind of come from that dark place to now make that transition into, do you know what I mean, into changing your life around. It's hard. And then you kind of have our community that, remember, our community is the one that's going to tear us down. It's always the black community. The black community tear each other down. You get me? I don't think I've been on any other communities. Obviously, you got the Asian community. There's always rivals, but the Asian community, they more work together as well, bro. You get me? And if anything, the Asian community are very, they always extend their hand to the black community. Like, yo, bro, man, look, your people's not gonna help you, man's gonna help you. So yeah, man, just some advice before I wrap this up is change your friend circle, man. You have to change your friend circle. You have to, bro. You gotta do it for your mum, bro. You get me? You gotta do it for your family. And yeah, man, you can do it, bro. Like, literally, you're much younger than me, so, and at least you ain't got no wreck. You ain't got a life wreck, fam. So you'll be out in no time, man. Guys, like I said, there's only 72% of people, well, there's 72% of people that watch my content and they're not subscribed. That is crazy. But you don't watch my content all the time. So if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe link. Let's run this up. I think I'm on nearly 50k subscribers. I'm on 49k. So from today and tomorrow, just get this to 50k and keep us subscribing, man. And just change the narrative, innit? Just create a community, change the narrative, and I will improve of everything that I'm doing slowly. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.